What's going on, guys? So I am out here in windy, cold, and wet Elkhart, Indiana at one of the Alliance factories. So they have an entire campus out here, plus they have a new facility going up over here. And I'm out here specifically to showcase a new product that they are revealing. And this is one that's kind of been a while in the making, because by the time you see this video, like almost a month has gone by. And we have a really cool product to show you that's behind these doors. So this is a PDI facility, and you guys have probably seen videos I've done on the Alliance Paradigm, the Alliance Avenue, and the Alliance Valor, the Valor being the toy hauler. Well, now they have a new product, and it's called the Delta, and the Delta is their new dive into travel trailers. So we're gonna take a close look at that, but let's go ahead and enter into this PDI facility. So we got avenues all around. These are their mid-profile fifth wheels. Super cool floor plans. And then back this way, we got a couple more Alliance Avenues. We actually have a 2024 model Avenue fifth wheel. It's the smallest floor plan they've ever made, and we'll probably show you that in another video here as well. But I'm gonna circle around here, and you're gonna get to see the new Alliance Delta. So they got two of them here, and we're gonna film them both. Hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay, so in front of me, you were looking at the all-new Alliance Delta travel trailer. This is the 281BH, and I'm telling you that right off the bat because they don't actually have some of the stickers on this one yet, including the weight sticker that you typically see right around there. But what I can tell you is that the gross vehicle weight rating of this specific unit is gonna be under 9,000 pounds. They actually had the exact figures. It's like 8,800 and something pounds, but since I didn't have the payload capacity or any of the other stuff, I didn't wanna dive too deep into that. So yeah, under 9,000 pounds. I'm gonna venture to say it's probably roughly 30 feet long. This is a bunkhouse floor plan, which we'll show you once we get inside. So this is an all new product from the folks at Alliance. So they've had bumper towable toy haulers. They've had Valor toy haulers out for a while now. When I say for a while, for a few months. But the Delta is the first dive into a travel trailer specifically. And I apologize if you hear a generator noise in the background. They have equipment going on because this is an active factory. But stepping around front, you can see you have your electric front tongue jack. You have a spot for two 20-pound propane cans. Looks like you can fit two batteries there. We'll come and take a look at all this really cool stuff here in a little bit. You have some really nice glass doors, and you have two of them. Also, the Lippert solid step entries for both of them. Oftentimes, you'll see like one solid step, and then the other one's going to be your traditional flip out style, but it's nice to see that they put solid steps both on the front and back. Goodyear Endurance tires, very nice. Have a really nice outside kitchen griddle area. We'll take a closer look at that when we get outside. Nice friction hinge door, and it's a very wide entry. So on a lot of travel trailers, you feel that the entry is actually a little too narrow, but this one is a very nice wide entry. All right, stepping into this floor plan, I'll quickly kind of pan around so you can see what's going on. Got the bunk area back here. That's probably gonna be your bathroom. And as I circle around this way, you can see that you have your love seat area right here, dinette area, as well as your TV cabinetry. Okay, let's work our way through this unit. So first of all, they've done some pretty creative things with this floor plan in this area. So the TV itself is on a swivel arm, and it comes out, and you got some storage behind it, which is really nice. I think you can actually see it a little better on this side. So you got some great storage back there. In my opinion, this isn't a floor plan that's like groundbreakingly different in terms of its layout. This is a relatively common floor plan, but they've done a lot of really innovative things in this floor plan that I think will make it appeal to a lot more folks. But typically in this area, for your entertainment area with your TV, you're gonna have a sound bar right here, and then you might have some kind of awkward cabinet system here, but they've done some really interesting things with this space. First of all, you don't see a sound bar here, but then you're gonna think, well, how am I gonna get better sound out of my TV? Well, they put a speaker up top, and it's a Bluetooth speaker as well. So that's really cool how they've executed on that. Your control panel in this area It's very simple to use. A lot of control panels in RVs are becoming touchscreen, and because of that, they're a little finicky. They don't work real well sometimes. They are delayed. Sometimes you have problems with how the buttons work. It freezes up. And Alliance has chosen to go with more reliable products that just require less maintenance, don't have the chance of glitching on you as easily. So that's really cool. You have all your lights, pumps, living room, camera, which is cool for your back camera, awning, controls all of this stuff right here. And then you have your awning controls to extend or retract, plus your slide out control right there. You have a cool little spot to hang up your coat. Under your TV, you have a really interesting space that they've done a lot of great things with. So first of all, having space underneath the TV in this floor plan isn't new. But what they've done that is new is they've put these really cool fully extending slides on these drawers. So if you wanted to put your coffee maker in here, if you wanted to put like an Instapot or something in here, you can do that. And they've also given you 110 outlets on the side so you can power whatever you put in here, which is really cool. Or maybe you just want to charge your phones in here, you want to charge camera equipment, stuff like that, and you want to keep it out of the way. This is really cool for that as well. But the other thing that I thought was super awesome about this is it's kind of like an office desk. So if you want to work out of your RV, you could put a chair right here. You can set your computer, laptop, everything up right here, have power for it all, and you can have like a little mobile office inside of your RV. I think that's probably the best utilization of this space. That slides in, and then you have a second drawer here on the bottom. So maybe you might have some small kids and maybe they're coloring or they're playing with something. This is another really cool spot that they could stand here and they could easily draw or color, they could sit in front of. And for a small child, this is like the perfect height for a desk. What might be cool is if they put this little area right here where it could flip down and you actually have a desk area. Then underneath it, you have more storage. So you have your breakers and fuses there, and then you have some more storage under here. Nice soft closing cabinets with magnetic holds, and all your cabinets are soft closing. Up here you got more storage, and it's actually pretty deep. You got quite a bit of storage up there that is also soft closing, which is really nice. You know, many manufacturers have decontented their unit where they've removed things like soft closing cabinets and stuff like that. I like how, you know, with the Alliance product, you still get that in their products. Coming over here, you have your Furrion 12-volt refrigerator and freezer. Above it, you have a nice storage area as well, soft closing also. You have your Greystone compact microwave over here, vent hood, 3-burner Furrion cooktop, along with nice compact oven, some storage under here. I love the fact that they give you drawers. A lot of travel trailers, for some reason, they remove drawers from, and this is really nice. But not only have they given you drawers, but they've given you some really practical storage options. So you have a really cool divider that's on a roller, and then you can put things underneath it, and all your silverware is right here in front of you, easily accessible. I love this drawer right here. If they didn't have this in here, I would have said it would have been nicer to have maybe a smaller or a less deep, a shallower drawer here, then maybe a slightly larger and a much larger one. But they give you 3 good-sized drawers, all fully extending drawers, and they're able to do it in a way that really allows you to maximize space while at the same time giving you that silverware holder. And then right here, you have another drawer for your trash can. So a lot of RVs don't give you dedicated space for trash cans, and I love the fact that they give you a really cool drawer right here. So if you're chopping up carrots and you're cooking things, you can quickly throw the trash into the trash, which is right in front of the sink. Very thoughtful where they place this. Something that you can't see, which is really cool, is your return air ducting for your furnace is actually underneath this trimmed edge right here where you see the lighting, mainly because it's not this big, like bulky black box that you typically see in most RVs where it's kind of protruding into your cabin space. So in here, it's back in this area, and the return air gets sucked into it, and then you have your furnace vents all on the sides of cabinetries and things like that, so you don't have vents in the middle of the floor. That is really cool. Looks like a thermofoil countertop. Nice stainless steel single basin sink, and I like how they offset the drain right here. This is great for drying, you know, dishes and things like this on this side and allowing the water to flow this way. And it's also one of the reasons why they were able to put the trash can here by putting the drain off to that side so it doesn't make contact with it whenever you close this. Nice upgraded sprayer. Really nice backsplash that kind of blends into this thermofoil countertop. Blackout shades on all of your windows, which are really nice, as well as hard valances that look really nice. It's a good looking valance here. And you have undermount puck lighting as well, which is awesome. Plus you have power outlet. I don't think there's one over here, but it's a good spot for a coffee maker if you don't throw it under the TV. Up top, these are actually plexiglass. So instead of your typical tinted glass, the plexiglass is a more resilient material. It probably weighs less as well, and it's also tinted, so it looks really nice. Nice magnetic holds, soft closing cabinets as well. You got more cabinets right here. Plenty of space to store whatever you need. And before we swing around, I love flip-up counters. I mean, it's just, if you have the space to put one, you might as well put one, because it just gives you so much more countertop space, more practical space, and you still have a nice large path to get through this area. So really like flip-up counters. We put one in our Brookstone, or we had one built into it. Super cool that Alliance is putting it in this travel trailer. Panning around this way, I love that high gloss trim that they put into the slide-out trim. Very cool. Right here you have your booth style dinette. It's a wraparound, so you can seat a lot of people here. You could seat like 4 kids and 2 adults pretty comfortably into this space. And this all turns into a very large sleeping area as well. So if you have your friends with you, it's a great spot for you to put them. You have storage underneath as well. Has kind of a leatherette type feel to it. Over here you have your recliners. Actually, this is a hide-a-bed, so this isn't a recliner. This one actually turns into a flip-out bed, so you can fold the bed out right here, and you have even more sleeping accommodations. So if we quickly count sleeping accommodations in this unit, you know, you could put 2 kids on each one of these if you wanted to, 2 small kids. So if you had that, you'd have 4 there, maybe 2 here, 2 here, 2 up there. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 people could potentially sleep in this unit. If you have a single kid on each one of those, and that's 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6. So at minimum, you could comfortably sleep 6 people. That's pretty crazy for this. At maximum, you're up to 10. That's absolutely insane for a travel trailer this size. Plus, you have these enormous windows everywhere. You got a ton of windows in this unit. So just in this area, you have these 2 huge windows. Then you have windows on each end. And then as you come into the bedroom, they've actually gone with larger windows in the bedroom than what you typically see as well. So these are significantly larger than most travel trailers. And then you have your big entry exit here with a window on the door also. So you can exit or enter from the master bedroom. Queen size bed. Let's see, I'm sure it flips up. Nice strut arms. Gave you some really cool sliding storage under here as well. So it's a great place to put pillows, comforters, things like that. Very cool. And this is very easy to use because of those strut arms. They have their epoxy end tables right here as well, and we'll show you a cool feature of that. That's kind of what you would expect to see in a Paradigm even, so that's really cool. All right, coming over here, a lot of space in here. I love the fact that they put this shelf here that simply flips out of the way or pulls out if you don't want this shelf here. If you have hanging clothes and you want to hang things up, you can remove it on either side. But if you just simply use folded clothes when you're in here, you have a nice shelf that's already in place, and it works real well for that. Then again, you have the plexiglass tinted windows as well. Nice magnetic holds on everything. Down here, nice fully extending drawers. And as a lot of people probably thought, that's super cool. They put extra storage right there. And it's that really beautiful epoxy laid countertop. That's awesome. Nice padded headboard over here. Reading lamps as well as more puck lighting. And they also have a light strip under here also. More storage up top. You really start to appreciate the soft closing cabinets when it comes to things like this, to where you lift it up and then you can just drop it down and it slowly kind of rests in its closed position. The cabinet over here. You got a lot of room over here, so you could easily put a CPAP machine, you could put your cup of coffee, iPad, magazines, whatever you want to put in this area and still comfortably utilize it. You have a 110 outlet right here, which is kind of interesting because you typically don't see just a random 110 outlet on a wall. So that's cool. And then on this side, you have your backer for your TV, cable satellite connections over here, as well as power connections there, and your thermostat over here. And these are all your higher end switches, so typical of what you might see in like a fifth wheel, plus a second air conditioning unit. So this unit does have 2 ACs, which is really nice. And they are the quiet cooling AC systems also. All right, back here, you have a nice sliding door to be able to give yourself privacy from the rest of the unit if you want. Here's your other air conditioning unit. And you can see that they've actually ducted some of your AC in here. So this is different than some RVs because you actually get some ducted air conditioning in this model. All right, coming here to the back, nice bunk area, super thick pads for the bunks. You have your power, lighting, plus you have a nice little track here if you want to get some privacy. And what's cool is they put an independent track for each bunk. Typically you see like one track and one curtain that covers up everything, but you have independent tracks here to give a curtain for each person in a bunk. There's your ladder to get up top, second bunk, and then storage down here. It's a great place for like a dog bed or maybe a litter box, or to keep your foldable e-bikes, things like that. That's a really cool storage area. It would have been cool to maybe see like a little hatch door on the back. I love when I see that because then you can kind of load things into this spot without having to climb into your RV. It's great whenever you're trying to leave in a hurry to go on a trip. All right, let's step into the restroom. All right, stepping in the restroom. Really good amount of countertop space in here. They have a nice cornered medicine cabinet and mirror. When they corner it like this, it makes it a lot deeper, so you got a lot of depth to be able to store things in there. Again, soft closing. Side here you have your stainless steel basin sink, nice upgraded faucet, power. You have an on-demand hot water system from Furrion, which is really nice. Cabinets underneath. More cabinets right here, and it's actually deeper in here than it looks from the outside, which is nice. You can put your toilet paper here, you can put some towels here, things like that, without taking up too much space. And then you have more storage right here for toiletries and towels. Plus, porcelain foot flush toilet. You got a lot of room in front of the toilet, so your seated position is probably going to be pretty dang comfortable in here. And then good size shower in the back. You have a sprayer on a hose up here. A lot of headroom in here. So you could probably be upwards of about 6'3" and comfortably fit in the shower. You could probably be 6'5" if you don't mind your head going into the skylight area. But that's one thing worth noting about this unit, is that there is a tremendous amount of ceiling height in here. Typically when you're in a travel trailer, they radius or make the top curve so they can make it taller in the center, but then it gets really short on the sides. But this one is flat and it's very tall. It feels like you're in a much larger RV because of how tall the ceiling is. You could be upwards of 6'5" and comfortably walk around in here without hitting your head. And a benefit of that is that the slide outs are also taller. So you can actually stand underneath this slide without hitting your head. At least I can. It's pretty cool. I believe they're about 6 foot tall. So you have some good clearance and space in terms of your overall slide out height. Plus, the linoleum is all flush. So you have linoleum underneath your slides as well as the main floor, and you can see it looks like one continuous floor system. Really cool. But yeah, there's a lot of really great stuff going on in here. They've done a lot of very practical things that I think people will appreciate, and it will differentiate them from the typical floor plan or the typical RV that might share a very similar floor plan. Anyways, guys, let's hop outside and see what the outside's all about. Okay, so now that we're outside this unit, we're going to start from the front, work our way back. Again, you have your power front tongue jack, spot for 2 20-pound propane cans, 2 batteries over there. Your pass-through storage is pretty dang phenomenal in this unit. First of all, you got super thick baggage doors with these really cool slam latches. I love these. Magnetic holds, which is really nice. But check this out. This is absolutely enormous. And an Easter egg that's hidden in here is the fact that they give you a really cool 6-foot folding table mounted already in place. So whenever you go camping, you don't have to find a place for a table. You simply pull this out, set it up, and you have your table with you. That is super cool. And what was funny is when we were walking around this unit, I was actually thinking they should find a place for a 6-foot folding table, and they have one. In here, you actually have 2 access panels on each side. This one is for a spray port right here. as well as lighting. And this is really cool. You can actually control your awning from outside of the RV. Typically, you either have to have like an app or you have to do it from inside, and you really don't know what's going on. But that is super cool to be able to control your awning from right in this space. You have power out here, cable satellite, USB connections. Very, very cool system. And then you have a pass-through right here for your cords and anything that you want to pass through to the outside of the RV. This has scissor jack stabilization on it. However, they are going to be offering auto leveling as well as an option. So you can save some money, go with scissor jack, or you can upgrade to the auto leveling when it's available. You have a huge power awning, complete with the center support, because this thing is like enormously long. It's probably, I'm going to say it's almost like a 20-foot awning. It's super, super long, so the support just kind of holds it in place whenever it's retracted in. You have LED lighting underneath it, nice glass doors as well on the front and back, both friction hinged. You have the Lippert solid steps on both of them. Outside of your furnace, outside of your on-demand water heating system. Standard windows, which is kind of an Alliance thing because they always want to give you that ability to open them up and have really great cross ventilation through the RV, something that is kind of lacking when you get into units with frameless windows. This is going to be for your vent hood above your stove, so you can actually get the air outside of your RV instead of just recirculating it inside. All LED lighting, Goodyear Endurance tires on nice aluminum wheels. So from a suspension perspective, this has a standard equalizer with non-heavy duty shackle straps. It would have been cool to see like a Cree 3000 or a Road Armor or heavy duty thicker shackle straps on this unit with greasable wet bolts, but that's a relatively inexpensive upgrade you can do. But I do like the fact that they reinforced the frame, so they put a tubular section below the frame. This looks to be a 6-inch I-beam within a 2-inch box section beneath it for rigidity and support. And it runs, it runs pretty long. It runs about 4.5 feet behind the rear axle, and it runs about 3 feet in front of the front axle. So that's a good piece of support that they have there. Right here you have your 110 outlet outside of your door. Again, another glass door here, Lippert solid step. Back in this section, another thick door right here with magnetic hold for your outside kitchen. Kind of a compact refrigerator out here. And then you have an awesome griddle setup right here. This is really, really cool. Grill side, griddle side, it all slides in, and they've actually added strut arms to help manage this, because on some RVs it's real heavy and it's awkward to pull it out or push it in. But this one, they've actually put struts to help pull it in as well as push it out whenever you're getting it set up or putting it away. I love this griddle. This thing is awesome. And they made this super heavy duty because they don't want it to be flimsy. They don't want it to feel like it's going to fail on you whenever you're using it. Rear stabilization legs, again, scissor jacks, all LED lighting. They put a sprayer right here, and check out this ladder. So if you're wondering why this ladder looks wider than normal, it's because they have this custom developed extra wide, so you can also use this to hang towels or shirts or clothes if you're swimming in the creek or in the pool and you want to be able to hang stuff up on here without it just laying out everywhere. You actually can use the steps as rungs to hang clothes. Pretty cool. You have a 2-inch receiver on the back for an accessory rack, not intended for towing. 50 amp connection here. It is pre-wired for a backup camera up there. Coming around this way, I love the Alliance logo. It's very clean, very contemporary. I love how that looks. Here's one of your sewer connections back here. Other side of your running gear, rack and pinion slide, very nice. And then right here, they've incorporated a ton of storage. So you got this huge area here to be able to store things. You could easily put like folding chairs, tents, you know, even if you want to put your broom, mop, stuff like that. Just a great place for it. This is a really, really awesome place to store stuff that's illuminated, and it's lockable. And it holds up with magnetic holds as well. Very cool. The color scheme is also really nice and fresh. I'm actually a big fan of what Alliance does with their color schemes. Then over here, you have your wet bay. They've kind of put it in a position, so we talked about this for a while, they've put it in a position where it's flat up against this way instead of pointing out at you, because they didn't want you to have blocked access if you're putting fishing rods or longer things in here. But tell me how you feel about this. It's actually kind of convenient, because if you're holding a hose up to it this way, it's actually a little bit more convenient to tighten things on here. This is your hot and cold water for your spray ports, so whatever you adjust here diverts to all your valves. So if you want lukewarm water, hot water, warm water, cold water, you adjust it here, and your spray ports all around the unit are actually going to adjust at the same time to that. cable connections. You have your power battery disconnect right there. You have a spot for your tire link from Lippert for TPMS. In here is a cool access panel, so you can actually see a lot of cool stuff going on in here. So this is not just for show. This is how everything's going to look. It's going to be really clean and neatly laid out. You have your water pump right here, which is an item on most RVs that if it needs to be serviced, it's a pain to get to, but they've put it in a really convenient spot to work on it. You also have your solar charge controller right here, 40 amp solar charge controller with 200 watts of solar on top of the roof. And they've put it in a really nice, clean, out of the way area to where you know you have it. It's easy to access if you need to, but at the same time, it's going to give you a nice clean look that's not intruding into your storage area, which I can really appreciate. So what do you guys think? Super, super cool. This is Alliance's first dive into like a genuine bumper towable conventional towing travel trailer. From a towing recommendation, I would definitely recommend a 3/4 ton truck, because we're going to be right at or under 9,000 pounds GVWR. You're probably going to have a hitch weight of about 900 to 1,000 pounds when you're fully loaded. Whenever you factor that in, plus all the weight of everything in the truck, the people supplies, you're probably going to be close to 2,000 pounds in terms of total payload. There are some half-ton trucks that can handle that with weight distribution, sway control, but if you want the most effortless towing possible, it'd be good to get a 3/4 ton truck. I think that would work best for most people. And it doesn't even need to be like a super high capacity 3/4 ton truck. Most of them would work fine, including gas powered trucks. Anyways, guys, big shout out to the folks at Alliance for bringing me into Elkhart so I could take a look at this brand new to the market travel trailer, the Delta series from Alliance. Super nice. Leave a comment below. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. What do you like about it? What are some things you'd like to see different? You know, the price point, I'm not 100% sure of at this point. They haven't shared that with me, but it's definitely made to compete against similar floor plan designs from other manufacturers. So I imagine it's going to be pretty affordable. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.